Yo, what's goody boys? It's your boy Gilly, back with another video. And let me tell you, just before I start off, I want to say a couple things. I woke up to 40 subs on this channel this morning, which is absolutely insane because we literally had 7 yesterday. Thank you each and every one of you that subbed. It actually means the world because it's hard to grow a small channel like this, but you know, we're already off to a great start. It's crazy to me because of 11 years of owning that other channel, within posting 2 videos on this channel, I've already made the same amount of views, like average. So that's fucking nuts to me. And second of all, by the time you're watching this video, it's actually my birthday. I'm turning a whopping 18 years old. So if I could ask 2 things from you. The first one is drop a sub if you're not already subbed. The content's going to keep coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like I say in every video. And then second of all, if you are of age, please scull a beer for me and record it and send it to me on either Snapchat if you're an IRL, Twitter if I know you on Twitter through the Fortnite community or whatever, and Instagram if you feel like sending it through there, or Facebook. Anything, please send me a video of you sculling a beer and I will put it in the start of the next video. I want to get as many people sculling beers as I can. I think that'd just be hilarious. I'll be sculling one as well, don't you guys worry. You know, the second I wake up in the morning, I'll be sculling some sort of beverage back. So with all that out of the way, let's jump into this video. Now, this one's a banger because it does have my boy Albert in it. Shout out to Albert. Albert knows who he is. I haven't seen him in a while, but for some reason, every time I go out with Albert, some absolutely crazy shit happens. And this is just no exception for it because this is the night I almost got stabbed. Now, it wasn't my fault I almost got stabbed. It was actually someone else's fault, but we'll get into that. Alright, so this happened last year around the first few days of me having my car license. I was still driving my mum's car and I was just kind of hyped to drive and pick up all the boys. So I said, fuck it. I think it was a Friday night, if I'm not mistaken. And I hit up all the boys and Albert, and I'll just call my other mate Robert. And it turned out one of my other mates had a free house and there was a bunch of people over, and I was like, say less, let's pull up. So I picked them both up, Robert first, then Albert, because Robert literally lives around the corner from me. And you know, I was being a sensible boy this night, not seshing, not doing any sort of drug, not drinking, of course. It was my first week of having my license. So I rock up and everyone's already pretty stoned and most of them are on Xans and drinking at the same time, which is a deadly combo. And you know, we were just kicking back there. Albert was seshing. I don't think Robert was seshing. And then I noticed this one fella, he apparently took 2 Xans before I rocked up. Kind of, I reckon about 10 minutes after we were there, he was already like falling off this chair. So they pretty much picked him up and took him into a room. And now this other bloke there, I'll call him, that's a very, I don't know a single Mike, but we'll just call him Mike, was on Xans and he was also drunk as fuck as well. So, you know, he wasn't really thinking in the right headspace. And this was the first time I ever met this bloke. So it gave some pretty wild first impressions. So pretty much what this guy does, I don't know why, but he just got a brand new pair of shoes that were shocks. I'll put a picture up on screen of them now. Personally, not my favorite shoe. It's got the weird spring things on the bottom of them. I definitely cannot rock them, but some people can rock them. Anyway, nonetheless, he just copped those shoes and he was like, fuck it, I need to break them in. I'm going to stomp on a car. And I was just thinking in my head, okay, buddy, you're not going to do shit. You're not stomping on no car. And I'd say about 10 minutes after that, everyone comes back inside that went out with him. And I see a photo of someone's windshield absolutely shattered. I was surprised he stomped a car window in, and it wasn't just like a little dent, it was shattered. Like someone's day was definitely ruined, and I generally feel bad for that person. Now, the people at the house, there was probably about 6 or so boys, and there was about 8 girls. I don't know the names of any of them to this day. I probably know the names of about 3, but it doesn't really matter. They all looked exactly the same. And the next minute, the bloke that stomped on the window left again. I'm not sure why. I think he was going to drop someone off. And then some time went by, and then all of a sudden we hear banging on the door and yelling out the front, screaming, just commotion. One of the blokes, I'll call him Nick, comes sprinting and he looks petrified and he's like, lock up all the doors, the back door, the windows, everything. There's people here that want to get in and bash me. So we had to lock up all the doors, all the windows. The issue with locking up all the doors is there was a sliding door at the back of the house that couldn't lock. Like it was impossible no matter how hard you shut it. There was no latch on it. I'm hearing like a deep man's voice saying open up, and it hadn't really sunk in yet how serious this actually was. So I'm holding this sliding door and then my heart sinks because I hear the sound of someone climbing over a wall and then landing on this tin roof to get into the backyard. And I'm thinking in my head, there is no way someone has thought to climb over the back fence and try to break into the back of this house. So next minute, there's me holding this sliding door with all my strength when there's someone on the other side that's trying to slide it open as well. And then after about 10 seconds, they give up. And I tell Albert to grab a knife from the kitchen, and he goes and grabs it, and this is what he tells me when he comes back. He says, I'm too stoned to stab anyone right now. Surely enough, he hands it over to Albert. So yeah, then he's on the phone to the cops as quietly as possible, saying get here as soon as possible. And the cops, let me tell you, they took probably about 30 minutes to rock up. So if they broke in, we would have all been dead by then. About a 3 out of 10 for the WA police force in that situation. They all fucked off eventually, and turns out the people that were with us at the start that left at one point, one of the chicks that went outside got tasered. The other one got punched in the face or like somewhere in the upper body. I can't exactly remember where, but bottom line is he got decked and then they fucked off. And the reason they tried to get into the house, I cannot say, unfortunately, in this video why they were trying to break in, but they were just a little bit older than us. They weren't like the mafia or like some gang. They were just like, let's just call them crackheads. There seems to be a similar pattern with crackheads being in all my videos. I don't want to get into too much detail into why they try to rock up. It's not important anyway. The cops rock up. I'd say as the cops knock on the door, all of our dumbasses realize there's billies, alcohol, no one's of age, no one's able to drink. So we need to hide all this shit. So then we're throwing shit in cupboards, drawers, just frantically hiding billies in cabinets, all that. All about 10 of us all converge into this one room where the bloke is blacked out on Xans in this bed, and there's this guy just laid starfish out, completely dead to the world, knocked out, as the owner of the house talks to the cops and says it's all good, they've left. So the cops didn't actually end up coming in the house, so it was all good. It would have been quite the funny sight if some cops opened up the door just to see 10 kids standing there. After that, I was pretty down to leave. One, because you have curfew when you're on your red Ps in Australia, so I had to be home by 12. But this is definitely one of the craziest stories I will probably put out on my channel. The next one I've got is also a banger. I'm not going to say anything about it, but please, if you're not already subbed, make sure you're dropping a sub. We have videos coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And also, if you're still hanging around, make sure to send me a video of you necking a beer, or even if you're underage, just some water or apple juice, just necking that back. Anything will be greatly appreciated, and you will feature in the next video. And that's pretty much the video ended. Make sure you're dropping a sub, make sure you're dropping a like, boys, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Energy change when man comes in. I try shout bro for the spin, but he said no bro, you don't wanna go bin. No homo, I wanna push it in him. I don't want that use blood on my chin. Strapping on bro, getting it in. Dancing and put 7K on his ring. My whole stack got spent on this. If I see one of them, man's letting it sing.